Getir aller author gangni fram, skodask skili, skugnask skili. Three at ovist at vita her ovener. Sitja o fleti ferer. Welcome back to Learn with Chris. I'm Chris. The Hávamál, the Sayings of the High One, or the One-Eyed One, is a collection of wisdom attributed to Odin, offering guidance on how to live wisely and honorably. The poem is divided into key sections, each providing valuable lessons. Let's briefly explore the themes. First, practical wisdom, stanzas 1 through 80. The first part, known as the Gastathatho, focuses on advice for daily life, particularly on how to behave as a guest, a host, or in society. It emphasizes moderation in all things. Don't eat or drink too much, don't be boastful, and always keep a watchful eye on your surroundings. Odin cautions against speaking recklessly, emphasizing that it is wiser to remain silent and be perceived as knowledgeable than to speak and confirm one's ignorance. The key messages of these stanzas are that wisdom comes from observation and careful judgment, and a good reputation is built by acting prudently. Second, ethical and social advice, stanzas 81 through 110. This section goes deeper into the importance of maintaining good relationships. Odin stresses that true wealth isn't material, it's found in friendship and trust. He also advises on how to handle enemies. Trust cautiously, but always be ready to defend yourself. In Hávamál, reputation and honor are vital, and the words you speak can either forge alliances or create lifelong enemies. The key messages here are to build strong, meaningful relationships and be mindful of your words, as they can have lasting impact. Third, Odin's riddles and love advice, stanzas 111 to 137. Next, Odin shares riddles and advice about love, sometimes speaking cynically about the nature of relationships. This section, also called Lothfafnismal, reflects Odin's wisdom about human nature, with a more complex and sometimes bitter tone about romance and the fickleness of the heart. The message here is that life is unpredictable and even love can be a tricky game, best navigated with caution. Fourth, runes and sacrifice, stanza 138 through 145. One of the most famous sections of Hávamál is the Runatal, where Odin describes how he hung from Yggdrasil, wounded and suffering, in order to gain the wisdom of the runes. This moment represents Odin's willingness to sacrifice for knowledge, showing that true understanding often comes at a great personal cost. The takeaway for the Runatal is that knowledge is powerful, but it requires sacrifice and determination to obtain. Lastly, 5. Odin's magical songs, stanzas 146 through 164. Finally, Odin lists the magical songs, or galder, that he knows, each with a unique power. There are a total of 18. This section, called the Ljóðaþál, details how these chants can heal wounds, calm storms, and even bring the dead back to life. The Ljóðaþál illustrates Odin's mastery over both physical and spiritual realms, achieved through wisdom and magic. This section shows that Odin's wisdom extends beyond the practical into the mystical, symbolizing that the power of knowledge and magic in shaping the world. Nu iru Hávamál, gvethin hava holiu I. Athorv itasonum, Othorv jotnasonum, Heil sor kavath, Heil sor kan, Njotisornam, Heler thers hlidu. Throughout Hávamál, Odin teaches us that life is a balance of wisdom, honor, and sacrifice, whether through the practical advice of Gestathothr or the magical knowledge of the Runetal. Hávamál reminds us that knowledge and wisdom are the greatest treasures we can obtain. I encourage you to read Hávamál for yourself. I will include a link to voluspa.org where you can do that. In my next 5-minute summary video, I will look at the poem Vafthrudnismal, where Odin wages his head in a battle of wits against the Jotun Vafthrudnir. See you then.